Welcome back to another Car Talks. In this one, I want to first give you an example of a conversation. Let me know what you think, which person you think in this conversation comes across as better or worse, whoever rubs you the wrong way. So let's say you're having a conversation. One person is really excited about a new project he's completed, or a task he's done, or just some kind of accomplishment. So, and the other guy has done some other accomplishments on his own, and he's also done a really great job. And they both want to share what they've been working on. The first person says, "Hey Joe, I've been working on this project. Come check this out. This is really cool." And then the other guy says, "Oh yeah, that is pretty cool. Let me check that out." Or the other guy says, "Hey Joe, come check this out. This is pretty cool." Then the other guy says, "Yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. But you ought to see what I did." You see, there's a difference between the body language and the way they both come across. So the first one is, just excitement about what they're doing. They just wanted to share what they've done. They're excited about what they've done, with really no thought about how they're coming across. They don't sound conceited, arrogant. They don't sound like they have a big ego. They don't sound like an asshole. Versus the other one sounds like, "Oh yeah, I've done some great work, but I am ridiculing your work because your work is not as important as mine, and I do more important work." That is gloating. The reason that I wanted to talk about this kind of topic is because I recently had a conversation on Twitter about the how IT pros and geeks in particular are typically the former. I haven't met a whole lot of assholes that gloat and try to put down what other people have to say on what they do. It's typically the opposite. A lot of IT pros and geeks in general really don't have any kind of malignant intentions, but most of them, that I found, have imposter syndrome, where, well, I don't think I'm good enough to be in this position, or I don't think I should be in here. I'm not good enough. It's always the lack of self-esteem and lack of confidence. And I tweeted that for IT pros to be confident in their skills, and it's okay to gloat a little, and it is you need to actually become more confident in your abilities so you can share what you know, and others can learn from you, because everyone has something to learn from everyone else. And I got some flack from that because I used the word gloat. And with your typical left-brained geeks out there, they tend to read into the word instead of understanding the whole message. And it's something that I think that brought up something in my head that we really need. One of the reasons why IT pros, geeks, people like that in general are how I used to be a lot worse than what I am today. But we tend to think, whenever I said the word gloat, I was immediately reply with like, "Oh, you should never gloat. You should never gloat. That's just, a never thing." Very focused on the word, on very, very focused on not being an asshole all the time, not trying to come across as an asshole. And it was my intention to say it's okay to be an asshole every now and then, because it's a matter of extremes. So, for example, whenever you have somebody with already a good amount of confidence in their work, they know they do good stuff. Maybe there's some kind of IT rock star out there, or some developer that is just awesome what he does, and he knows he's good. If he thinks he's going to gloat, he's going to come across as that second guy in my original example. He's going to come across as an asshole. He's going to say, oh yeah, look at this thing. I mean, I am awesome. it sounds like they are gloating. They're coming across as assholes. They come across as an egotistical, arrogant prick. But when you have somebody that has not a lot of confidence in themselves, maybe they have imposter syndrome, maybe they have really have the same skills or more than that typical, rock star guy. Maybe they have more skills than that, but they're so humble in their demeanor that they don't want to ever come across as an asshole, so they tend to go to the other extreme. I challenge geeks in general to try to be an asshole to some degree. I caught some flack from it, but I still believe in it 100% because, in my opinion, if you have, if you're not confident in your abilities, that's going to hold you back. And even if you personally think you are gloating, that's just probably going to come across as just plain confidence and you not being an asshole. We tend to think that if we, me included, if I tend to think that I don't like to share accomplishments with other people because I think, those accomplishments may be better than what I'm currently telling somebody, or those things that I've done. There's a lot more unfortunate people out there. It's a very noble attitude to have. However, a lot of people just take it to the extreme where they never share anything because they're always afraid of either hurting somebody's feelings, or they're afraid of making somebody feel bad, and it really holds them back from where they need to go in their career and in their life, frankly, because they, we're so worried about being politically correct and not hurting people's feelings that if you are traditionally someone that lacks a lot of confidence in yourself, you'll never share anything because, I feel bad because I know how to program in XYZ language and I'm this awesome, look at all these great projects that I've done. Well, why should I share that? Because there's some people out there that really don't have that opportunity, and no, I shouldn't do that because I may make them feel bad. Screw that. That is holding yourself back personally from professional development just for other people. It's a humble, there's always going to be a line. There is a humble, it's awesome to be humble, 100%, be as humble as you can, but not at the detriment of holding yourself back professionally. Because that's the biggest thing that I've seen whenever I try to get people to get out in the community, share what you're doing, start blogging accomplishments, start reporting, start telling your coworkers, hey, look at this thing I did, just making yourself publicly out there, and just not caring what other people think. Regardless, there's going to be, I'm sure 100%, there's going to be some people that just don't, that also lack self-confidence, and they're going to tell you that you shouldn't say that, you sound like an asshole. Most of those people are just jealous of your accomplishments. They're jealous of what you have done, and it's up to you to just forget those people. Those people will hold you back your entire life. However, the people that are confident in their abilities, but maybe they don't have the skills that you have, they're going to be happy for you. What they're going to do, they're going to be happy for you, and they're going to learn what you're sharing. They're going to instead of just immediately saying, I'm just completely put off, this guy is an asshole, look at all this great stuff he's sharing, he thinks he's awesome, when in fact that you are just sharing what you have, what you know, with the world to make of the world a better place and to help people learn more skills. Those kind of people that just are automatically put off, screw them. That's a ridiculous attitude, and it's something you should never even put into your mind. Don't let the haters make you afraid of putting yourself out there. So that's a little bit about what I wanted to talk about today. It was come to mind because I just tweeted that thing here recently and got a few people saying, "Oh, you should never gloat. You should never, always be diligent on never making anyone 100% of people happy all the time, and never making anyone be everyone comfortable." Screw that. I say screw that, because if you do that 100% of the time, you are never, ever going to live your true potential. You are always going to get held back in your beliefs. You're not going to realize the potential, the impact that you have on other people that do not pay attention to that, don't have that, that magnifying glass on you, thinking you're an egotistical, arrogant asshole or something. People will learn from you. And some people will take that. And sure, there are some people out there that if you start, sharing all this great stuff and are going, or mentioning your accomplishments and even gloating a little bit, thinking you're gloating, they're going to just say, "Oh, you're an asshole. I'm not as good as you, so I'm just going to put you in a bad place, and I'm going to unfollow you and block you. Fuck them." It's just ridiculous. So that is my opinionated car talk today. I hope you enjoyed it.